You are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, what's good? It's finally February, and this is High Minds. It's good to see you. We were we off Friday? I think we were, right?
We were. I think you had some dance.
It was a dance competition. Yeah. My daughter killed it. First out of 95.
I heard.
I was bragging. She's
awesome.
Really good. Yeah, she's really fucking
awesome.
good. Good evening, Care Bear. Yeah, good
all
evening.
About it.
We're chilling, and I'm hitting that lemon lime. I think it's an indica, so it's gonna be and an edible kicked in a little while ago.
Oh wow, you're going deep tonight.
Every now and then, I figured.
I'm just having a little vape pen, little flower before the show, so I'm excited about this one. So
I am too. The top 5 video games of all time. This could get more contentious than politics. Are you excited about the Super Bowl at all?
Halftime?
Halftime. I'm just here for Kendrick.
The game, I honestly can care less. I mean, I guess it'd be cool to. I know people hate the Chiefs, but how often we're going to see a three-peat? I don't know. That's what I'm more about now. I can care less about the teams. Yeah. It's like, maybe I want to see history.
I just like to watch it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a good game, and if they get a three-peat, it'd be cool to see. It's it's rare to see a three-peat in sports, so that's all.
I'm not a Chiefs hater, but I do want the Eagles to win because I really do. I really love Saquon Barkley. Like I think, like he brings me back. He brings me back to those like old school running backs, like in the 80s and 90s. This motherfucker is amazing.
Talk about a fuck you season. Like,
yeah, dude, that's just so crazy.
What was it last game? First carry just takes it to the house. Like, are
60 you to the house? Like, spin move, break a tackle.
Actually, you know what? I would feel bad. I mean, that's it. Nothing. It'd be the perfect season for him.
It'd be the perfect season
because he's gonna get the MVP.
And he seems like a cool guy too. He's chill.
Yeah,
he's a team guy.
It's like, I mean, just that's crazy. So maybe seeing that. I don't know.
He goes for like 240 in the Super Bowl or something.
I'm hoping. I hope he just doesn't flop. That's the worst part. It's like he's been fucking just killing it, and then the one game,
fumbles twice or something.
One more game, that's it. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, I guess I am. But I don't know.
People are funny though. They think there's like a rigged system. It's rigged. Good for the Chiefs.
If it was, everyone bet on the Chiefs.
They get some calls that go their way, and they get some calls that don't. We get in our mind that the teams on top have to have cheated.
It's probably all the bookies and shit out here, the odds makers in Vegas that are pushing those conspiracy theories, so everyone starts throwing money on the Chiefs and hoping that bam, Eagles are gonna.
Yeah.
It
seems like a weird thing, like I've said before, if the NFL was rigging it, the New York Jets would be good by now, and they haven't been good since like the 60s or 50s or whatever.
Yeah,
they're going to go with the big market. What did the commissioner of the NBA once said? He said, "Who do I want in the championship? The Lakers versus the Lakers."
Yeah, if they could.
It's all about the money, man.
Yeah, his second best is Lakers versus New York.
Exactly.
New York Knicks. 2 huge markets. That's what.
Or you could go because of tradition. You go Celtics, Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, NBA, that's huge. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm all for your team, support your team. Where there's stuff about it, but at a certain point, people are crazy with it. It's like you're not getting a ring. They're not gonna fucking thank you. You're gonna have to go to work Monday morning. It's
those people that break the TVs and shit.
Yeah, like you'll get people that just like destroy shit. And you're like, it's a game. Relax.
Yeah,
that's the level that's like I'm like out. Yeah, I have passion for my team when they play and stuff, but
it becomes a cult thing. It becomes religious in a way, like soccer in Europe or soccer in South America. They go even crazy. They go even deeper. It is like they are devout.
Same with video games. Out here, they do that video game Fallout. Yeah, well, Fallout. They do that video game Fallout. They have a map out here in Vegas at the ghost town we went to.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a big convention every year, and people come and they turn the ghost town like the video game kind of, things, and like people dress. It's a big kind of thing here.
People are just people. People are culty. And cult doesn't necessarily is a bad thing. Like we talk about like cult classic movies, cult classic video games, cult following of bands or artists or whatever. Like that's just our nature. But with when it's teams, and you gotta be real. Like these players are all friends half the time with each other.
Yeah.
They go from one team to the other. It's business. So fans are way more devout than the players. And fan is short for fanatic. You're fanatical.
Yeah. I'm all for, hey, support your team. Scream and yell at your TV while they're playing, but don't go ripping it off the
Tottenham
wall.
fucking assholes. Every fucking week I get up at 5 a.m. to watch this goddamn team. But if you're ripping the TV off the wall, then that's not good.
Yeah, then like, okay, I'm out. That's too far for me.
Yeah. No, I don't. It's hard to care like too much. I care enough just to enjoy it. That's a good place to be, I think, to enjoy sports. It's for the ambience.
It took me a while. I wasn't that crazy fan like that would, break stuff, but I would let it.
I'd get pretty upset about the Sharks though when they would lose.
I used to let it ruin like days. Like I might be upset about it for a couple days.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
What am
I
doing?
The players are fucking over it after they leave the stadium. They're like literally they're over it. They don't even fucking talk. I played with San Jose Sharks players on video games on Xbox. I was in their groups. We used to play Call of Duty with Burns and Demirs.
Are they good?
After games when they would get smoked? Yeah, I mean they're okay. Yeah, and they were just like playing like nothing. It's a job. We take it as life. Like it's a part of us.
They care, but only like again, like they have families too. Like you can't be. They definitely care, but it's a balance. Fans don't get
I was like going, I'm letting it ruin my next day, the following day.
My father, the guy I don't know, but I know this about him. He would get that with the Raiders all week. And the Raiders, what are they? They got like the most losses in history.
I know.
Like you got the misery. Just your life sucks, man. Oh, they're
misery.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel sorry for the dog. The fucking dogs just.
They got Pete Carroll though.
I know. I saw that. I did see that. It's like I don't know. I haven't been following it much out here in Vegas. I don't know how everyone's feeling about it. I'm assuming they're liking it. I mean, he seems to be
he's a fan favorite.
A decent coach, I guess. I don't know much.
He's like the youngest old person ever.
Yeah. He's the cool dad.
He's the cool dad, grandpa.
You got the rah coach.
His hair.
Coach Edwards back on.
I'll always love Pete Carroll for throwing it from the 1 yard line when you have Marshawn Lynch. I will always love him. As a Patriots fan, lifelong since Drew Bledsoe. That was like that face that what's his name Sherman makes.
Yeah,
is like the best. He's like. I can't believe he threw it from the one.
You have Marshawn Lynch and let's throw the ball.
I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose this game. And I was yelling at Bill Belichick. I was like, call a fucking timeout. They're going to score. And Bill wasn't calling timeout. We had like 3 timeouts. And they were down at the 1 with like a minute and something. I was like, they're going to score. We have to call timeout. Yeah. And then they didn't call timeout. I was like, we're going to lose this game. They're just going to hand it out to Marshawn. We're not going to stop them twice from the 1.
Yeah, I mean, good luck.
They threw it.
I think Marshawn Lynch also after that play ran over to like Pete Carroll and just took his helmet off and just went, like, I'm sure, like you motherfucker, like you gave the Super Bowl away.
I was shocked. I was just like, oh my God.
Marshawn's cool with him. He was out here. He came to the
you saw conference him recently, didn't you?
I've seen him he comes to Aces games, the WNBA games. Yeah, he was right. He's standing behind me, so I got my camera with him. He's not as. I mean, I'm not saying he's not like he's some like he'd truck me, but I'm just saying I thought he was bigger. You know what I mean? A little taller. Like I thought he was a little taller, a little bit
just like ran mean.
Yeah, like but that's what I'm saying. Like when he walked by me, I didn't know it was him until I could hear him talk. Like when he was standing literally behind me, I didn't know it was him. And I was like looking, around him because I was shooting photos and stuff. And then he started talking to the security guard behind me, which was a football player. So Hawaiian guy, or Samoan. Not Tua, but he was a big dude. Now. Yeah, he was a big dude. His neck, like you could.
Yeah, a lot of them play linemen.
Yeah, like that guy. I'm like, well, goddamn, this is a big, like, he's about 4 or 5 inches taller than me, and I'm 5'10".
Is Tom Brady bigger than you thought?
When he was a little bit. He's a little taller than I thought. Not like he's a massive man, but he was a big guy. Like you can tell, very like athlete. Like you tell me he's a quarterback, like I believe it. He looks like a quarterback.
He's a big dude.
Where a lot of guys don't look like quarterbacks.
Yeah, if you saw like Bryce Young, he's not like prototypical quarterback. He's shorter.
Yeah, but
Drew Brees was that. He was like 5'11" or something.
Yeah. Like Dana White, same thing. I see Dana White all the time. Little guy. Where they just make him, I think, look bigger with how you film, I guess. Yeah. But he was a lot smaller.
Not a fan. Would not recommend.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., little guy.
Yeah.
His chains wearing more than he does. His diamond like crazy. But
and they're expensive, aren't they?
Oh, probably wearing $1 million around his neck. One of them I swear is 2.5 inches, 3 inches thick. If it's all just
shit,
crazy. But
hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Well, let's get into it. Top 5 video games of all time, and this is of all time, right? You said you're old school, and I am too, but I do have some new school games in there because I have to.
See, there's only maybe 1 or 2 newer games for me because I haven't really played video games like I used to. So I don't know, like even a lot of the new ones that are probably better for a lot of people, and I'm like, I can't keep up with them either. I can't like watching them.
Well, I can't either.
I just can't keep up with it. So like, I'll start with like one of them is Call of Duty. I used to play Call of Duty a lot.
Like just now, like the original Call of Duty?
Yeah, like Black Ops, like the original Black Ops. The first few Call of Duties, the first one they started going on.
I'm terrible at first-person shooters. Horrible. And I've been a video game all my whole life, and I suck at them.
Yeah, and I wasn't great, but I was okay. Now I just can't.
Is that the game we used to play at your house sometimes?
Yeah, I think so. We might have. But now I just can't. I can't do it anymore. My reflexes, my eyes, and shit. I've smoked and like I'm like, oh shit, I'm dead. I see a guy and I'm like dead before. I'm like, nah. And after a while, I just like fuck this game. So I don't, but that's
I don't like those games because the people will hop the bang boing boing, and I'm like, I'm trying to shoot this bitch like ain't gonna happen.
Shooting everything but
everything, just shooting just wildly.
So I'm like going, is that one of my top? But I don't think it is. But it's one of those big games that I played for maybe 3-4 years, like a lot.
I wouldn't put it in my favorite. No, that's what you played with.
It's my top 10. Yeah, that's what I played with Burns and
top
stuff.
10. I could see that for people who like that game. For the first person shooters for us was Battlefield 2. Do you remember that? That was on computer though, and we would play
console also. I had that.
We'd play. I'd play with my friend Aaron when I lived back east, and we'd play online. And that was fun just because I kind of sucked at it, but that was about as good as I got as a first person shooter. But then we would just fuck with people. It was harder to get kicked off of games back then.
Yeah, you can
get away with all, like you get in a helicopter with like all your whole team and you just crash into a mountain and everyone would be pissed at you.
Yeah.
Just do stupid shit.
Yeah, you start at the beginning of the start at the beginning of the checkpoints and everyone goes running and you just mow down your whole team. Just,
so dumb.
Just kill everyone and run. Now you do that shit, they ban you.
Banned. Yeah, banned.
Banned from the game for like 5 days.
Yeah.
But back there you just piss people off. Just shoot your own player, walk up behind them.
We would play it real sometimes, but then sometimes it'd be like, all right, you want to fuck with people? And be like, yeah, let's fuck with people today.
You play real for a while and you just get pissed off and then you just start saying, screw this. So you just start messing around and then pisses people off and people are screaming at each other and like, it's a wild, wild west of online back in the beginning.
That was the wild west of online. That was I would say 2007, 2008, 2009. Like that's a while ago. Yeah. Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. If you go to the way back, would you put original Super Mario Brothers in the top 5. I wouldn't, but it would probably be in my top 10 or 15.
No, I wouldn't. I like the game. I love the game. Not my top 5.
Any of the Marios?
No. I like Mario Kart better than I like the original Marios. Now, Mario Kart for me could be a 5.
Oh, Mario Kart, like the Super Nintendo one, the N64, one of those back one.
Yeah. So that game, I played the shit out of that game, and also what I like about that game, it's a fun game to play with people. So if you have a group.
Oh yeah, people are drinking. You're in your 20s.
Yeah, you're having a, just coming over. You just want to fuck around a bit, and like because back it was on N64, I believe. Was it N64?
Yeah,
or Super Nintendo. One of those. But
it was on probably both of them.
Yeah, you can have 4 controllers connected to one console.
I think that was the 64.
Yeah, so you could have 4 people playing. A lot. Like I like those games. I liked having those games.
Yeah.
But Mario Kart for me is one of those games. Even now, if it, someone comes over like, hey, let's play Mario Kart. If they had it, I'm like, I'll play a game or two.
Oh yeah, I'd play that.
So that's
for a party game, it's probably the best one.
Yeah. So Mario Kart for me, out of the Mario Bros world, would be my favorite that I probably enjoyed the most.
What did you think of Mario 2? Do you remember that one? The weird one. It was like the acid trip one. That's what I called it.
Man, I don't know if I saw it like
like instead of the ducks that you hop on with the shells, they were like there's weird characters that shot things out of their mouth, and like you dig up onions and things instead of hitting coins.
Oh yes, yes, I do remember that. That was
a trippy one.
It was onions.
Yeah, you pick up onions and radishes and things.
Yeah, and then were they like little skeleton ghost little things?
I think so.
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I don't remember the game exact, but I know
that was Mario 2, and then Mario 3 went back to kind of like the original style. But Mario 3 is, I might put it in top 5, maybe 6.
Oh. So yeah, I don't remember the 3 as much.
Oh yeah, Peach could fly, Care Bear. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and Luigi had the wiggle legs. Yeah, she went like this. No one ever played as Toad. I think he was fast or something. Luigi had the wiggle legs, and then Mario was just random, just generic, dude. I always played as like Luigi or Peach.
Okay.
But Mario 3 was the shit. Mario 3 was the shit. You get the whistle, you go from land to land.
Thanks. I don't remember the 3 as much.
Oh,
I don't remember that one.
Oh.
Original 2. When you were saying things, I kind of remember. I'm starting to remember things about that.
Mario 3 had different suits like Raccoon and Frog. Yeah, you'd get.
I know the characters.
And then you could fly. You get the P-wing thing, and you'd.
Oh, the raccoon you could fly, right?
Then you get the frog, so you could swim really good.
Okay, it's starting to come back. Little pieces of it.
Yeah,
I remember little. Okay.
Yeah, level 8 is like the lava volcano type of. It was hard. I beat it multiple times, but it was like it would take a lot longer if you wanted to play the whole thing through. There was like a giant land. Land 4 was like giant land.
Mm-hmm.
You were like a huge, something like that. Right. I'd probably put it 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
But as far as party games goes, it was like one of the WWE games back in the day. You get all the wrestlers, and you'd like
see that. And this was hard for me. I used to play the shit out of those games. That's my name. That's the Vanagon. The Vanagon. That's my wrestler name. I played career modes. I had tag teams, Vanagon and Westphalia. Because
we made everyone that we knew as like characters, but they were like ridiculous characters. And then we made just like, I remember we had a character called Beast, and then we had Anti-Beast, and they were just the most silly things you ever saw. And we played the shit out of that game.
And and that's the thing too, is I don't have a specific wrestling game, because
I'd have to look.
I liked a few
covers.
But there was a few I liked, because I start right away, make my character Vanagon every game, same characters from the very beginning. Go right to the whatever season mode or whatever it is.
Yeah, create a player.
So I put wrestling as my 4, because but I can't name a specific. There were so many different kind of wrestling games I liked.
I think for some reason 2004 stood out as maybe I had that. I'd have to look up the cover.
Yeah, it's when they started doing the having their kind of like walkout music. So when they started, using their actual walkout music.
Yeah, it was. Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain was the game I was thinking.
Okay, that could be. Yeah, so as soon as they started doing that, where you can pick their walkout songs, pick up how they do stuff, that's when I was like, oh, this is awesome. I like that more than I like sports games.
Yeah.
I would play those sports games. There were some
sports games are always disappointing to me. There was some good, I think about Madden 2004, 2005, Madden was good. Madden fell off. It's just boring. The last time I played Madden, I was like, this is really boring, really repetitive. It's not.
I'm not even a fan of sports games now.
I will put one sports game maybe in the top 10, and that's Tecmo Super Bowl.
The old Tecmo was pretty good.
The old Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah. Was that when you played Bo Jackson?
Yeah,
Bo Jackson. And
oh my God, just wrecked.
There's a certain play, every play, touchdown. I forget what it was. There was a play you pick and a touchdown every time.
Have you seen that video on Family Guy where they use that and Bo Jackson runs from his own one, takes up the whole quarter and then scores a touchdown? You run back and forth. That was Tecmo Bowl, I think, but I think Tecmo Super Bowl was better.
Was it okay? Get a little better.
Yeah, because you could play the season.
Change some things.
You could play the season on Tecmo Super Bowl season mode, full 16 games. You could play every game. You could play just your team. You could do anything you want.
See, I don't think I have a sports game in my top 5. The only, I guess, sports game would be the wrestling game, and that's just because of how much I played it back in the day. Yeah, I just don't have.
We would play our own career mode because you couldn't do career mode back then. We'd play a season. We'd write down all the stats and then play the next season. Write down But that was so fun.
Yeah, I just I liked playing sports games, but I just frustrated. And I hated that the season modes in sports games was just so long if you played a full game. Unless you shorten, if you shorten the game and made it one period.
You play 109
innings. It's you're playing. It's like a real baseball game. You're 2 hours into this fucking game. It's bottom of 7.
Bottom of 7.
Oh. And no, I'm not.
And here we are on a fine afternoon.
100 and how many more fucking games? No,
fuck that.
I would simulate 99% of the season.
Yeah, just go
play the World Series. Kill the World Series and make them out.
Yeah, that would be Tecmo Super Bowl would be the only sports game in the top 5.
Yeah, none of that crap. But I mean, how far do you want to go back? Also, do you
include arcade games too? Because if I the Ninja Turtle arcade game, super hard, but when you beat it, so fucking satisfying.
Yeah, I think the arcade games, I thought about that because there are some, but
I'd like to own that as an arcade someday. That would be a dream of mine to own the original Turtles.
Yeah, I have the arcade down there. I probably have the Turtles game on there. My 4-player, I have Golden Tee. I have the arcade game.
Have you seen one of those I mean, I probably did, but does it work?
I'll take a picture. Oh yeah, I have over 15,000 games, unreleased Japanese games. Oh yeah, it's the controller.
We gotta play arcade when they come out next.
Oh yeah, no, I have. Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Please do.
Yeah, I have the whole thing. It's a 32-inch. It's the whole game setup. You go to the, pizza parlor and.
I know. Yeah. That's what I want to play.
Yeah, the basic computer I have every Street Fighter game. I mean, every game you can think of from every console has every console on there. I have every.
Do you have Street Fighter 2 in your top?
Oh, all of them, and some
in your top 5.
We'll see if we add arcade games like that. Then yes.
Yeah, that's
a
video game, but okay. I guess we could stipulate between console game, but I don't want to. Let's just go all video games.
I mean, we can go video games because then Street Fighter 2 or 2, Street Fighter 2. It's when Blanca is introduced.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2.
The green character is my probably number 2.
Oh wow,
that game! I love that game. I played. I don't know, gosh, how many.
Was that the best fighting game for you? Best.
What's up?
That was the best fighting game for you.
Yeah, was Street Fighter 2. I was sitting at Mount Mike's I'd go up there after school,
just wearing them out.
Yeah, I love that game. It was probably my I'd say my second favorite game.
I can. Do you ever? This never happens to me. I can smell what Mountain Mike's would smell like with the pizza in the games. Yeah, those old pizza parlors. I can smell it right now.
We just have Mountain Mike's just opened up here. Just opened up like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, hell yeah, Mountain Mike's Pizza is here now. So that's cool.
The best place for arcade games was Nickel City back in San Jose.
Nickel City.
Instead of quarters, it was nickels, bro.
Dang.
You could play the shit out of that. You could be there all day.
Yeah. On $3. Getting blisters for $3.
Times were simpler, man. I sound like an old man. Times were simpler.
Oh, the good old days.
I mean, those are good old days. I mean, going to the arcade for all day. I don't know if I'd ever get as excited as now of anything as I was then about an arcade day.
I don't know if they have anything arcade. We have the Pinball Hall of Fame, which is fun. I go to that. I've been to that quite a few times. And
do they have a Lord of the Rings one?
Oh yeah, they have.
Oh, I'd have to go check.
I mean, everything. They have all of them. Old games like. Looks like they use rubber bands and.
Pinball's pretty fun.
Pinball is fun. Because there it's pretty cheap. Same thing. A lot of the games are only a quarter, 50 cents. Some of the new games are like $1. The new pinball, but they're crazy what they have now. The new pinballs. Stranger Things, Foo Fighters. They have a bunch of musician ones. AC/DC's, like all these different old Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, Sopranos, Shrek. I mean, there's over 100 at least.
That'd be fun. We'll have to go check that out too.
Yeah, I know it's fun. Right. Sarah and I go and just play. But same thing, video games. But pinball for me is not much of not a video game.
Yeah, I wouldn't include it in my top anything anyway.
But Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2, that's for you.
Would be my number 2. Yeah, that'd be my number 2. I love that game. That Blanca was my guy, the green monster.
I liked Ryu,
Chun-Li.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I love that game. That's one of my favorite games too. Same thing. I play it now.
I played a lot of Street Fighter 2. A lot of
old games like that. Mortal Kombat was fun. Not in my top 5. Maybe top 10. Maybe top 15. Probably top 15. I liked Mortal Kombat, but
it was all right.
I was so used to and in love with Street Fighter that I just I mean, it was fun, but I don't know. The cool thing about it was just how gory it could be.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yes.
Tommy's got my top 5, no order. Legend of Zelda. I never got into Legend of Zelda.
Dude, Legend of Zelda. Right now, I'm sorry. Number 1. My favorite game ever.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo Zelda.
I mean, I get
Number
it.
1. Yeah. I loved that game.
Ocarina of Time, Hollow Knight, Dark Souls. People do like
Bubble.
Bubble.
Yes.
Bubble.
Yes, I know that game.
Dig Dug?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Dig Dug?
Dig Dug.
That's a good top 5. I never played too much Zelda.
I love Zelda. Zelda is one of my. It's my number 1. I love Zelda. Nintendo. That was my first console. Was my first series. I had Atari. I had like the old. But
what was it introduced on? Was original Nintendo Zelda? That was its introduction, probably.
I believe so.
They still make them. They still make them on all the devices.
But it's that original Zelda. Just it's like the original, almost like reminds me of Roblox.
Kind of.
How the graphics, everything's like you move.
Care Bear says Dig Dug deep cut. Yeah, pardon the pun. I played Dig Dug. Yeah, it was pretty fun. We ever play Rampage? Rampage is fun.
Yeah, I played Rampage. I played Rampage a lot. Rampage was a fun one.
Simpsons was fun. My wife and I, Lindsay and I, beat it. Like there was a video game place in Chico. It went out of business like within 2 seconds. We were there one night. It went out of business. But we played before it went out of business that fast. We played and we went and beat Simpsons. We were pumping quarters in there.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Dang, that wasn't. Fun. Yeah, that's. I know what you're talking about. Went downtown, LaSalle's, old LaSalle's.
Old LaSalle's, yeah. It went out of business quick.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah. It started after COVID and went out of business after COVID. So weird. Tommy says currently playing Elden Ring. Soon to tell. It's possibly top 5. That's what people say. Super hard. I guess. And I don't really like those kind of games. But let's take a break and I'll reveal my number one.
Ooh.
My number, I'll reveal.
Zelda's still number one. So much I might get a Zelda tattoo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I love that game.
All right, well, Zelda, that's a W. I'd say that's a W.
No, I do. I really like that game.
Come in tight. Come in type and think. So my number one, it's hard to do number one for me. And I have some recency bias because I'm playing through a different game right now, and I'm debating on number one. But I'd have to say Red Dead Redemption 2 is my number one game of all time.
Oh, okay. I remember you mentioned something about that game.
It's just so fucking good. I
haven't replayed it. I played it a few times. I know
it's the story for me.
He plays it a lot. He likes it.
I won't give away any spoilers because it's the story for me and it's the character. It's like I feel like I've known Arthur Morgan. It's like you played this character it's better than any it's as well done as any show or movie you could see. Like the character development's that good.
Yeah.
It's made by Rockstar, so you think it's like GTA, and there's those sort of like self-deprecating,
the feel of the game kind of,
but it's more mature and it's less like silly. Like GTA is more comedy. There's a lot of comedy elements, but Red Dead is the drama version set in like 1899.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy says RDR is good. Just started. Not sure I got to the good part yet. Well, you have to get to chapter 2. You have to. It's slow. It's a slow game. Like you can't be in a hurry. So some people are put off by the pace of it. Care Bear says she's playing through Assassin's Creed. Do you ever play those games? Assassin's Creed games?
It's been a while, but maybe some of the first ones.
Yeah.
So it's been a long while.
I like Black Flag because I've always liked pirates.
Okay.
So I
recently just turned. I have Xbox. That's the new Xbox, but I'm not Metal Gear Solid games. I used to play those a lot.
There was one that I played that was really good. I forget which one it was.
I used to play Metal Gear Solid.
Splinter Cell was good too. The old Splinter Cell games.
The Tom Clancy's.
Yeah, the spy game.
How about the 007s?
Those are fun.
Those?
Yeah.
Those were good ones. I used to like Need for Speed. It was a car game.
Oh, the racing game? Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got into racing games too much.
No, I never. I mean, I played them, but they weren't my big. But Need for Speed is one I would play.
Tommy says he started Red Dead Redemption 2 literally right after playing Dark Souls for the first time. It's a little jarring. Yes, it would be. It would be very jarring because it's like you're watching a movie. Half the time, I mean, not half the time, it's like an open world. You just go wherever and it's huge, but the story's just slow. And Dark Souls, I think, is just action packed, right? Care Bear says Black Flag is my favorite Assassin's Creed. Freedom's Cry a couple months ago is heavy with the story. Yeah, Black Flag is fun. I wish there were more better pirate games. It doesn't seem to be a lot of good pirate games. Seems like it'd be a fun genre. Like a lot of them have kind of sucked.
Dude, I found a pirate bar. I was literally at a pirate bar the other night.
Cool. We got to go. When I come out next, we got to go.
Yeah, it's cool. It's dogs. Everything's like the pirates are like all dogs. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
No, it's like it's like a tiki pirate bar. So it's pretty cool. Drinks are full. Yeah, it's drinks are great. There's a ton of them, but yeah, they're potent because they're like tiki drinks. So it's just like,
Yeah.
And I got 2 free shots and another free drink because we were sitting there talking to the bartender, and so whenever she'd mess up on a drink, she'd, "Oh, here you go." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, it was a fun night, but we have to definitely go to that bar.
Yeah. Tommy says, I've only played Assassin's Creed Origins. It's favorite ancient Egypt. I wanted to play the Greek one, but I never did. I liked Black Flag, but the problem, I played Black Flag after I played Red Dead Redemption 2, and the storytelling is just not. Once you see something like Red Dead as a story, then the others, like the voice acting of the other games, just doesn't really add up. When I feeling stressed, I just like to sail around and have the crew sing to me. Yeah, I always turn the shanties on, and they sing shanty songs.
That's
pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game.
I haven't played like these games, so I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, there's some fun ones. I'll get some. I have 2 in my top 5 that are part 1 and part 2. So do you want me to get to those?
Yeah.
Last of Us part 1 and part 2. The Last of Us I'd put as my number 2. Last of Us part 1.
I haven't played. That's the thing. I haven't played these games. That's what's crazy.
I'm not like a horror genre, but it's like a zombie infection takes over the world, and then you have, the story.
Like, my number 3 is Resident Evil. Kind of the same thing, but older original. Like that's my, the original. That's what I played. But I'd probably like these games. I just haven't played them.
Yeah.
And what's it on? What console is it or on everything?
It might be PS. It might be PlayStation exclusive, maybe.
Okay.
Could be wrong. I just have the PlayStation. It's on that, so I'm not like a video game nerd, so I don't know. But I played on PlayStation, and then I played on the the remastered versions on the PS5, and I mean it's linear, so it's not like an open world. They're linear story based. You don't make decisions in terms of like character development and things like that. Kind of just it goes where it goes, and you're just playing the story. Yeah, it's like the best. It's the best kind of. It's so fucking good. Like I wrote an essay. I even wrote an essay on one of the characters in a thing that got published this year. Like it's just like that good of a story. Where you're like, holy shit, this character whoever wrote this fucking story is a genius. Like where you're crying, you're like, just the graphics are really good, and then like the control of the characters, like you can just tell like certain companies like really pay attention to like every meticulous detail of a game, and some of them just kind of half-ass it.
Kind of like how the Call of Duty games have become. That's why I stopped playing the game.
Yeah.
Like how many times can you do the same game over and over and over and over
and over? Right.
But no, I'm not.
But they'll make a lot of money. Yeah, you'd have to check out. You'd have to check out Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us.
It's intense though. I mean, it's really intense at times.
And that's why back when we used to play. So this is when this was
like in the shadows, and you're just coming like it's like
I was probably 19 years old. So this was holy shit. 2015, yeah, gosh,
late 1900s.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was Resident Evil. When we used to go at home. Remember the old TVs, big tube TVs?
We had like the ones that were like 5,000 pounds. Yeah,
yeah, like the hole in the console, like the TV like thing was just huge, this massive. Huge. But we would play Resident Evil, and it'd be a bunch of us that come over, and it'd be like a night, go after work, and close the house up, make it super dark, put on surround sound, turn that game on, and we would just play. We would drink and smoke whatever and get pizza, Mountain Mike's Pizza actually, and we would sit there, and that game scared the shit out of me, and that's nothing compared to this new stuff. So it's like, I haven't.
Last of Us would scare the shit out of you, dude.
Yeah, see, and that's like, I like that stuff. I don't mind that in the video game, movies and stuff. Fuck you, no, I'm not doing that. Going to movie theater to get scared.
Yeah.
No. But in a video game, I can deal with it. But
yeah,
excuse me, that's like old. But that's like me, old school stuff was like Resident Evil. I do want to play the new ones. I just haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll check them out. I've been playing.
That would round out my top 5, I think. Well, no, there'd be one more. But what else do you got? Do you put? Let's see. No other sports game. No. What about like Contra? Did you ever play that?
I love Contra. Contra is one of those. Contra, Double Dragon. Remember the game Double Dragon?
I remember Double Dragon. That was tough. Double Dragon was hard.
Contra was fun. Contra is definitely probably like a 6 or 7 for me.
Yeah, I'd put it in my top 10. It probably wouldn't crack top 5. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start if you're playing 2 players. I beat it, my claim to fame, and I don't know if you believe me. I hope you do. I beat it without the cheat code one time. Just the 3 lives. I just went through every level like perfect. I think I ended up with a couple plus ups. I was like +5. I never died. I might have died once. I blazed through it. I never played that well in my life. The whole
you're a Contra savant.
Savant one time. I always had to use the cheat code. You know, if you use the cheat code, you beat it every time.
Everything just like focused to that like screen.
It was just in that moment
glued.
You know? I was just feeling every moment, and I got every. Yeah, it was awesome. The game was fun though. Contra 2 wasn't as good.
No, Contra. It's yeah. Not
Contra. Contra was cool because it went like side scrolling, but then you had the up down. Remember, you'd shoot up this.
Yeah,
like it had the different angles. I was like, other games weren't doing that as much.
Yeah, it's probably 5 or 6. Well, I have 6. I'm not 5 or 6. I was 6 or 7.
It'll be in there somewhere.
Because it was fun. We played it a lot. It was a big game. It's but yeah, not maybe I don't know, maybe top 10.
Yeah,
maybe, but
maybe
it was fun. It was a fun one. A lot of those old. That's from the Double Dragon era, kind of. You can go older. You can even go back to Atari Pitfall. You ever play those old Atari games?
Yeah,
Pitfall. Asteroids.
Joust.
Joust. I don't know if I played that one.
You never played Joust?
Oh, what about? Okay, I love this. Did you ever have the Power Pad?
No. Care Bear says Pong. You can't put Pong in the top.
I grew up with Pong.
That was before my time.
Yeah, I had it on the you had a little dial and you
My mother played Pong, I believe.
Yeah, it was old. Gosh, we had one of those.
Joust was awesome. Yes, Joust was awesome.
One of the games that I loved was the Olympic game. If you had the Power Pad for Nintendo, it's the thing with the ABs button where you would jog on it. So you would play these games you would play like long jump. So you get on, stand on it. If you played it correctly, you would stand on it and like run, and then jump, off of it, and then jump back. So when the guy would jump, and when you would cheat, is you would get down on your hands and knees and go, use your hands. That's like the cheating win. But that game was so fun because it was that Power Pad you had to play, and you could play with it.
The Olympics. So Tommy says we had Odyssey 2 growing up. Pickaxe Pete was my dude. I don't know what the fucking Odyssey 2 is. What is that?
I don't know what Pickaxe Pete is. Huh.
Pickaxe Pete. Say that 10 times fast.
Pickaxe Pete.
Odyssey 2 looks old as hell. I like that Odyssey art though.
Pickaxe Pete's a band name. That's a band.
Is it?
Pickaxe Pete. No, that's a good band name.
Look at this.
Pete from Pickaxe Peak.
Odyssey 2. Football.
Huh.
Those graphics are sick.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Odyssey 2. I don't know what that is, but they're probably fun. Or maybe they don't hold up. I don't know. Sometimes when you think back to things, nostalgia plays a lot heavier than you remember them being a lot better than they were. That goes for bands and things like that too. I was gonna go back. Sega, Genesis?
Sonic. I played Sonic a lot.
Is that in your top 5? That's a classic.
It's not my top 5. Definitely
20?
Top 10. Definitely top 10. Yeah, I played that a lot. I had the Sega Genesis.
All that shit.
Yeah, the rings go around. Collect all the rings. The original Sonic before the other. But
yeah, Tommy, I'm sure Odyssey 2 doesn't hold up. Probably that's why we've never heard of it. But we still play Nintendo. Sonic, yeah. What about Oregon Trail? I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah,
Oregon Trail. Yeah,
died of dysentery.
You died of dysentery.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up as well as I remember it, so I never play the emulators or anything like that because I just want to have it live in my memory of enjoying the game as much as I did.
Yeah. Gosh, that's how horrible life was back then. That game was awesome.
That game was sick. I played a lot of Oregon Trail. There's a new game that I'd put towards my top 5, Stardew Valley, which is made It's modern, but it's made in like the 32-bit or whatever, 64-bit. No, probably more like 16. I don't know. One guy did the whole thing. He did the music, he did the graphics, he did everything. And it became a cult classic, and it sold. It's like one of the best-selling games of all time. Total indie game. Love it. It's what you want to, if you're super stoned and you want to just do nothing and like zone out and play a video game. It's like relaxing like that.
Yeah, see, I like what do you call those storyline games where you're playing I play the storyline of them.
Yeah.
Not so much the online stuff anymore. I did years ago, but
I don't like.
I kind of just it gets annoying dealing with a bunch of just people. It's shitty. So I like playing storylines now. So I like games like that.
Why would I want to? Why would I want to talk to people?
Yeah,
while playing video games, no.
But I do like games like that though, where you could play in two different places. So if you wanted to play with some friends, that's kind of cool. When you find like friends to play a game like that, like a storyline games, but you can play online from like opposite, so you have to be in the same fucking room.
Yeah, you could do that with Stardew.
Yeah, see, stuff like that. I don't mind that. It's just I don't like playing, going into a fucking group or a game with people from 12, 10-year-old kids
shit talking you.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, so exactly, Care Bear. You play video games to get away from people. That's exactly right. I do.
But so I like the storyline game. So yeah, I definitely see. I have to check all these out now. Now you're gonna get me hooked on fucking video games.
Did you ever play Skyrim or Oblivion?
No, I know of Oblivion and stuff, but no.
Yeah, Oblivion. I see. Skyrim is probably better technically, but I got hooked on Oblivion and played it like, I don't know, I beat it like 3 or 4 times. And just I heard they're making like doing a remastered version, and I don't know if I'll be able to play it though, because it's owned by Microsoft and they do like Xbox exclusive, and I don't have an Xbox. So I played the shit out of that game. Tommy says, when you play games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, I keep the online stuff off. Oh, I would just hate it. Yeah, I never played Red Dead Redemption online. I was like, fuck that. I'm not about to play that game online. Hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes. What about GTA? San Andreas was it for me. That's
the last. I think that's the last one I played. I don't think I only played that one, maybe 2 or 3 of them. And that's it. I don't remember them, so they weren't that memorable to me. I mean, they were fun because you could just be a dick and do whatever you want, but it got boring after a while. So I don't know.
Yeah. Care Bear says those are my 2 other games. I had to wean myself off Oblivion. The game took every free minute I had. Yeah, I feel you, because you could do so much. And
see, and that's what scares me. That's what scares me about these video games is like getting into them. Like, because I used to play till this, the sun would come up, and that's what scares me to do again.
Tommy said I tried Skyrim once after playing a lot of Zelda. I attacked a chicken in the first village I came to, and everyone tried to kill me. I did that in Red Dead. I accidentally kicked a chicken in Beecher's Hope, which is like this mountain backwoods, all the stereotypes you could imagine, hillbilly, inbred. And I accidentally kicked one of their chickens, and they all got pissed. They all pull out guns, try to kill you. Like, I hit the wrong button. I just all of a sudden kicked a chicken.
Kick my chicken.
No, kick my chicken, son, bitch.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes you get sucked into those games. There's just so much you could do.
Yeah, and that's what scares me sometimes, because I can just get carried away in them.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a good game like that, yeah, I'll get lost in it. And so, but I do. Sometimes I'm sitting at home and I have like an hour and a half. But I'm like, I know if I turn the Xbox on and start playing, that hour and a half's gonna go by so quick.
It goes so quick,
and I'm gonna forget to go pick up Natalia from school or some shit. Like, oh, damn it! That's what scares me, because you just start playing. Next thing you know, an hour and a half, an hour just goes by so fast.
Yeah, yeah. I try to go in little snippets, but you can't do that when it's like your first playthrough, because you want to keep watching the story and keep playing it, figuring it out. Now that I know the story, I just go back to those games and I could play for like 10 minutes and turn it off. but the first playthrough, especially, like you can get sucked in for hours and hours and hours.
See, now I'm gonna have to go on the Xbox tonight and look. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go look and
see what you have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what I have too.
Oh, see what's on the.
There was another game I wouldn't put in the top 10, but Mafia. The Mafia game was fun. I'm looking forward to a new Mafia game. It's called Mafia: The Old World.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really fun.
I'll have to check that one out. Yeah. Mafia. Yeah, I think I remember that Mafia game.
It was pretty good. The story was really good. The gameplay was all right.
Yeah.
As long as the game is fun.
Yeah.
A lot of games. I'm pretty picky. Like I don't have a huge collection. I don't play a lot of video games.
Did you ever used to play the? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
The Sims games. You ever play those?
I mean, I've played them. Yeah, I've played them.
Those games. See, when they first came out, because those are games you can just get like lost in also because it's like you're like building your character, like doing shit.
Yeah,
and that's like it's like the first like it's like it was like a game, but you're like introduced in a chat, like it incorporated like the social, like online media stuff, like you know what I mean, like where you're like making a fake life, literally, pretty much. You know, living like you can kind of live like, I mean, who you want to be, I guess, in a way. I don't know. I never got to that point to.
They're still making those games, I think. The Sims.
Are they? I haven't played any of those in years. I played like some of the original ones.
She says Care Bear says Sims Medieval. I didn't even know they had.
Are they fun still? I haven't played it. I haven't played them in years, so I don't even know what they're like now. I remember the first ones where it was kind of like the first time, like going, "Whoa, this is cool. This is like." But then I haven't played, so I didn't know they're still around. Holy shit!
You know that people made mods and you could do like gnarly stuff. I bet because you know what I mean. People are crazy.
Yeah.
No, I never really played. I mean, I think I've only seen like clips. I've never owned one of those games.
Oh, yeah.
I never got into like the city builder games, so I know some people like those. I did play. It was really good. I maybe put it in the top 10. Was what? No, I can't think of the fucking name now. Was it called Battlefield? It was like a real-time strategy game.
Battlefield was kind of like a better Call of Duty, I think, or that was
Battlefield. It wasn't Battlefield then. It was
isn't it?
It was a World War II.
I remember playing a lot of old
Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes is what we play a lot of online. Company of Heroes.
Okay.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, there was a lot of like war games. There's a lot of war games.
So many.
From everything from a tank to like this, so many war games.
Yeah.
What about the old like Ninja Turtles?
Oh yeah.
You know those old Ninja Turtle games?
Yeah. Super hard.
I used to play those a lot. Yeah, I used to play those.
Like
a
when
lot.
you beat Ninja Turtles, that was legit. Like you were going.
What about those Lego games? You ever play those?
They're pretty fun.
Same thing. Kind of like in that. It's kind of like the Turtles game, kind of. You know, just a newer kind of version of the toy, but the Turtles. That was.
Tommy says Turtles in Time is GOAT. I don't know. Yeah. Which one was that?
I love the Turtles.
Is that the arcade game? Yeah, that's. That one. That game was tough.
Oh! You forgot about this game. Hold on.
You got it. You got show and tell. Let's bring it in close then.
Huh?
Yeah, what you got? It was on SNES. So I was talking about the NES one. I don't know. I don't know if. Well, yeah. I don't know which one I played then. Maybe I played the original one. Oh, look, you got the Halo. I'm not even looking up at your screen. Halo. You got the whole. You should do the podcast in that. That'd be your thing now. Just do it in the helmet.
Halo. Hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you find that?
I got it. It's awesome.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Is that what you got at the auction?
Oh. Hold on.
$20. That's a steal.
But yeah,
you knocked your headphones out.
$20. Yeah,
that's sick.
Halo though is one of my games that
one of your goated games.
Yeah, that's so. I was an Xbox guy, so I never, I had a PC. I had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then I got an Xbox. So from then on, I've been on Xbox, and Halo was kind of like,
I think it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, and then so I was on an auction, and they had that on the auction. Yeah. I got it for like $20. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'll buy it for $20.
It's pretty
dope. So it's on a mount in our living room, in our art room, kind of like
nice.
A Halo helmet on display. But yeah, no, Halo though. Halo was.
I have a Boba Fett Lego head. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's
Tommy says love Halo 3 is probably my favorite. The original with the 343 guilty spark level. That was intense. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what that means? All right, good.
Oh yeah. I loved Halo. That's a game I'll still play. But so I had to get the helmet. I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
It's pretty sick.
But yeah, definitely. I love the. I still go back to Ninja Turtles. That's probably one of my favorite games.
As far as the old games go, that had to be one of the best games.
I don't know. I love those Ninja Turtles. I love Ninja Turtles though. I love the cartoons. I love all that stuff. Kind of.
I did too. Well, who was your turtle? Who were you if you played Ninja Turtles as a kid?
I was always Michelangelo guy, kind of a guy. I don't know why. I just loved, I don't know why. It was just the Chucks.
Nunchucks.
Yeah.
You ever use nunchucks? Seems hard.
I can never do it, but I don't know. I was just always Michelangelo.
I was Donatello. That was my dude.
Donatello was a good one. I like Donatello. My least favorite was Raphael.
Same.
Like what? Come on, really? That's all you get. You get forks.
Yeah, cool forks, man.
But Donatello was cool.
Tommy was Leo. Well, we got Leo's turtles. We only need one more turtle. And we got 4, and then we need Master Splinter.
Yeah, Master Splinter was a shit. But I love that. I love the game.
The Yoda
Bebop
of the
and Rocksteady.
Yeah, Care Bear. Donnie was my Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm telling you, that was a tough game. Those were tough boss fights, man.
I know.
Tough.
And Master Splinter was, the big boss at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I love that game. That's what. Gosh, that could almost possibly went in my top 5. That's how much I actually really like that. I do. That was a fun game. I started, like I said, I can remember the characters and stuff on it. So it was a fun game.
Yeah, the cartoon was good. Everything about it was good.
Oh, what about the old Paperboy? You ever play Paperboy?
Tough game.
Yeah,
I played a lot of Paperboy.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know if I ever got through Sunday. I don't know if I ever beat that game.
I don't think I ever beat it. I don't think I ever beat that game.
I don't think I quite did.
It was frustrating, but it was a fun game.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was kind of addicting. But it was frustrating.
Mm-hmm. And then, have you ever played the arcade version of that?
No.
They have like the actual you can. It's like a bike, handlebars, and you're hit the buttons to throw the papers. Yeah, so you're steering with the handlebars, and you're hitting the buttons, to throw the papers.
Tough.
Yeah, that's even harder to do, and you're trying to actually steer to avoid things.
Yeah, fuck that game. That was frustrating, man.
Yeah, Paperboy. I like Paperboy. I never played on. Did I play on Game Boy? Gosh, I don't know if I played on that. I might have.
I don't know. I never had a Game Boy.
I don't remember if I did. I have the Game Boy games on my arcade game down there.
What about NBA Jam?
NBA Jam. If we were gonna play sports games, that was probably the favorite sport game. NBA Jam. Yeah.
Top 10?
Well, there's 2. There's 2 that I can say that might be NBA Jam. I don't think it's my top 10. Top 10. Yeah, top 10. NBA Jam would be top 10.
You know what I hated about it though? You couldn't play as Michael Jordan.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other
one? Tiger Woods golf. The first few seasons. Golf, you think worst game, but it's as a
video game?
Yeah, it was weird. My wife and I would play. Sarah and I would play. We would play for hours at night. and we love this stupid game. We create our own players. Like you can dress them like you, look like you, like change everything like you. It was the old like Tiger Woods games, and you hit the ball and you spin it and stuff. We would play both of us. Just would be in our room, like on our bed. Before, like 2 hours, 3 hours later, we're going through like our second 18. Before it was it was. I don't know why that game
a whole ass tournament.
Yeah. But
Tommy says he always played as the Nuggets on NBA Jam, so he could play as Mutombo. Yeah, rest in peace.
No.
Rest in peace to Kimbe. Yeah, those were a fun game. You know what game I hated? Top Gun. You ever play that game?
Yes.
I hated Top Gun. Always fucking crash into the goddamn side of the goddamn ship.
Broke my heart because Top Gun was growing up like I was like Top Gun the movie was everything to me. Like when I had the jacket, the fur, the flight jacket, the patches and stuff. And then you get to this game, you're like, fuck yeah. The game you've seen it too, the arcade version. Have you played the arcade version also? Has the like, the throttle booster and you're like the handle, you're like, oh yeah. Then you play it and you're just like,
that game sucked.
Like, damn. Yeah.
I had it. And then I always, it was just miserable to play.
Just disappointed. Like,
did you ever play
light jacket on and like, here we go?
Just utterly gutted. Did you ever play North vs. South?
No.
Played that game. That was like a World War II game.
I never played that.
I can remember
like
that.
A Risk.
Kind of.
Risk.
Yeah. Care Bear asked, y'all remember Star Fox?
I do remember. I do remember Star Fox. Was that
people like that game though, right?
Was that a Nintendo 64 game?
Star Fox
at the time?
64.
Like that console?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these games debut on consoles, I thought, don't they? Like some of them?
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't remember Star Fox at all. But yeah, 64.
Is it 64? I remember that game.
Tommy says Star Fox 64 is one of my absolute faves.
Yeah, I remember that game. Wow, that's wild. Jeez, stuff is coming back. It's weird. Yeah, Star Fox. Yeah.
You know a game I liked? You ever played Robin Hood? The old Nintendo Robin Hood?
I never played Robin Hood. What do you do?
It's like
steal from robbers and feed.
No, I mean it follows the Costner, I think, script kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like RPG-ish, like Zelda.
Okay.
So it's kind of that, yeah.
Yeah, Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. Star Fox was first on the SNES.
Super Nintendo. Okay. I remember it on 64, but yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's another fun one. See, that's why I like this arcade game I got downstairs, is because it has all of these old games. So you can play a lot of these. I have to fire it back up and see exactly what's on there.
You're gonna have to know.
It's pretty cool. I'll take a picture of it.
You guys play Battletoads? No, I don't know what Battletoads is.
Battletoads, no.
No, I don't know what
Battletoads is. Remember Q*bert?
No.
It was like the pyramid, this little guy that had legs. It was like, think of like Monsters Inc. Who's the eyeball?
Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, think of him that just would jump on blocks and you have to change the color of the blocks. To all a certain color, but there might be other things changing the colors back. So you have to go around. It's like an old school game. Old Q*bert.
Did you ever play Worms?
No.
Worms is pretty funny. It was like you'd have worms and they battle. Like you go, it's turn based, and so you'd play a friend and you'd like blow them up and do different things, try to kill them, try to knock them off the edge. It was pretty fun. My brother and I would play Worms on the computer. Worms. What else? I think
a lot of games are coming back to me now. Wow. Battletoads. I don't know what Battletoads. What is Battletoads?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of that game.
It's hard to think of like old games that you'd play. Unless you saw like some of them, you see the cover and then you'd be like, oh, it was that one.
I love, like, as an arcade game, I love Golden Tee. We play that one, the golf game, Golden Tee, the ball.
With the
That's
ball.
why that's my arcade game. It has the ball. I have the ball, so it's, you have to boom, hit the ball on the thing. It's pretty cool. You have to do the certain like spins to get it to curve.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'll play the Golden Tee on that. I have all of them. I think there's like 4 different Golden Tees. But that's another fun one.
I don't know what Ninja Gaiden is, Tommy.
Yes, Ninja Gaiden. Was that Sega?
Sega?
Was that Sega Genesis?
I don't know.
Ninja Gaiden. That does sound familiar.
It doesn't look familiar to me.
What console was it on?
Nintendo and Game Boy.
Oh, Nintendo. Shinobi. Remember Shinobi?
Mm-mm.
That was another one.
Are these like beat 'em up games?
Yeah, there was one on Sega also, though. I believe that was like a ninja game. I don't remember the name of it. Sega Genesis.
Sega was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play Excite Bike?
Yes, Excite Bike was fun. That was the Nintendo week. I'd love making the tracks and doing the speed things all the way through. Mm-hmm. Just hitting those big jumps. But yeah, the bikes. What about
people loved Metroid. I never got into that. Mega Man.
No. Mega Man. Yeah, I know of the games, but never got it.
Yeah.
What about the old Iron Stewart, the steering wheels? It was an arcade game. You had it, they were like at pizza parlors where the nitros, you red, yellow.
Oh,
blue.
yeah.
And you had the steering wheel and you hit the nitro.
Yeah.
Dirt track.
Yeah. Those games
were fun. I would love to own one of those because those would just be fun. People are over, you have nothing to do. Like, let's go play a couple of these games. You just, those are fun to play. I like that.
Yeah. Those games
you can find them around still too for sale. So I think Pinball Hall of Fame had one that they were refurbishing or doing too. So, but that would be cool to have.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking there's so many games. Like I said, when you go through and I turn my game out, you start scrolling and it's, and there's so many more that we probably haven't even named that you'd be like, oh, I used to play the shit out of that game.
Yeah, that's good. That's good enough for me though. I got to go make myself some food.
I know.
Thanks for listening, Care Bear, Tommy.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
Talking about gaming, I'm playing through Last of Us one time right now. So I'm doing that
games. I'm gonna play one of these games and we'll discuss it.
Yeah,
now I'm wanting to get into this.
You'd like The Last of Us. I think it's a quicker game than Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead's going to take you for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I like something that's not going to take me like that. I don't want I'm going to be working on this for a year. So
yeah, you can get through Last of Us pretty quick. I'd go with number 1 for sure. Obviously.
Have a good night, y'all.
All right, y'all. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for nice little nostalgia trip indeed. It's always fun. It's always fun to do that.
Yeah, those are the best. Well, cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to check them out. I'm gonna go right now. I'm hooked. I'm blaming you, all y'all.